If you're a white person, we need to start getting even louder on behalf of our friends and family who are minorities. Our government has antagonized them to no end. They're ripping up the street that proclaimed Black Lives Matter. They're removing accomplishments from our minority service members off of the Pentagon website. And now our federal government erased a ban on contractors who run segregated facilities. They are trying so hard to enrage our brothers and sisters of color. They want them angry and they want them out in the streets. It is so clear. I'm so proud of them for not taking the bait. I'm so proud of them for staying home and resting. But as they do, we have to fight on their behalf. The Civil Rights Act was only passed in 1964. I'm in my early 40s, but my parents grew up with segregation in their schools. And there's no way in hell, all these years later, we're going to go backwards to anything even remotely resembling that. If places are segregated and say whites only, that's not a place I will ever be. And any line of thinking that keeps us separate from one another is a thinking that we need to reject loudly and wholeheartedly. Nobody is better than anybody else in this country because of the color of their skin. We are not, in 2025, going to sit around and watch as a bunch of people make laws trying to make us go backwards. We have to be the loudest ones. We have to be the protectors. We have to be the allies. We have to be the advocates. We have to be the ones whose voices are the loudest in saying, we will not go backwards, and you will not oppress the minority community. Not on our watch. Not now and not ever.
For everybody that is in LA and feeling frozen with fear and sadness because of these ICE raids, how can we help? Like, it's devastating to see these people's families ripped apart. It's devastating to see people being violent. It's devastating to see all the military vehicles around the entire city. It's devastating to drive down the street and see nobody on the road. Like, I have a loud mouth, I'm protesting, but like, what else can we do to help? Like, if you're one of my followers, I know there's a few of you in here that are close to what's going on, but please reach out to me and tell me that you're okay, because I want to help somehow. There are many people out here that want to help and we don't know what to do. Let us know how we can help you. It's just fucking terrible. Like, if you're a person that voted for Trump, how can you be okay with this? How can you be okay with having a president that creates chaos? And in the meantime, they're shipping tanks and all these military vehicles to Washington, D.C. for his stupid parade next Saturday. Like, this is insane, you guys. This is the United States of America. This is supposed to be the land of the free, and this is not free.
Finally, white people admit that black community are now struggling in the United States. Why? My name is Lick. In today's video, we are going to talk about how white people are now stand with black people so that they can fight against racism. We got a more video like this. Remember that credit goes to the owner of the video. I'll come back with a comment. Let's get into it.
Okay, I really hope this doesn't come off the wrong way, but I just want to express something, and I just want it to hopefully be received, that obviously I'm a white woman, and I'm starting to feel such overwhelming dread and anxiety, like even leaving the house. Or like leaving the house, like with my kids. Like, I feel scared. And what I want to say is that I can't even fathom for a second how a person of color or a trans person feels going out in the world right now. I can't even put it into words, because I know how I'm feeling inside and how it feels so dreadful and how I'm looking at every person around me terrified. And then I imagine what that would feel like, knowing how the majority of the country is acting right now. If I was a person of color, or had dark skin, or was trans, or just a minority, you know. The only thing I have going against me is I'm a woman, but I'm a white woman. So I get that privilege, okay? So the least I can do in my mind is be a loud protector of people who do not have the privilege of white skin. Or not the privilege, the white privilege. But it feels terrifying. And I know that I have to push through that, because that's probably only half or a quarter of a tiny bit of how minorities are feeling right now. Imagine being a dark-skinned man, or a Hispanic presenting man, and trying to go to work, and the feeling of terror every day of just being literally taken and kidnapped. I feel like I'm going insane. And I keep thinking, like, what more can I do? Yeah, I go to all the protests. I'm trying to do it, to speak out. And it's just, I can't even imagine how these people are feeling. And so, white folks, we have to be loud, and we have to be brave, and we cannot be a coward and cower to the face of other people who are trying to keep people down. We cannot do it. Even though we're scared, I'm scared, it is the bare minimum for us.
I love the fact that white people know that they have privilege. No one can touch them. But it's really beautiful when you find out people realize they might love each other, because they know white people, no one can touch them, but they decide to stand for black community. Is really beautiful. This is what you call unity in a everywhere community. I love the way those women are standing for black community, because they know some of their friends, colleagues are now going through something really terrible. We still have another one. Let's watch it. I'll come back with a comment.
If you are a white woman and you are dating, in love with, married to a black man, I want you to listen up. There are certain things that you need to know. And I don't think this is spoke about enough. But the most dangerous thing in this world are the tears of a white woman. And if you truly love the black man that you are with, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, including protecting him from yourself. And what do I mean by that? My son was dating a white woman. My son is biracial. They got into an argument in public, and she started to scream and cry. And my son immediately left the scene. She was outraged. She couldn't believe my son left. My son left because my son knew that if he stayed there and this woman was crying and screaming at him, a black man, there was not going to be any questions asked. He was going to be thrown to the ground. He was going to go to jail. It was not going to be any questions asked because this white woman was crying and screaming about him. Now, I'm sure this female may have been hurt. Her feelings was hurt. She was a little emotional. However, when you are dating a black man and you're a white woman, you need to understand that sometimes your fucking feelings and your emotions have to take a fucking back seat to not cause harm to the person you are dating, that you love, that you are married to. And I'm not telling you that if you are truly in fucking danger, not to get help. But if you're just emotional, you're just pissed off, and you want to scream and hoop and holler, in public is not the time. Because that can turn out very deadly for the black man that you claim to love so much, whether you realize it or not. If you were just dating a white man and you were yelling, nobody would really pay any attention to that shit. But when people see a white woman and a black man and you're screaming, all hell will break loose. Because when white women cry, everybody responds. Even if the shit is stupid, even if it's frivolous, even if it's a lie. The most deadliest thing in this world are white women tears. I have said this time and time again. And I learned this very, very early in life. I grew up in the projects. I was raised by two wonderful black women that helped my mother raise me. So I know what I have witnessed, what I have experienced, and I know for a fact of what I speak. I learned very early in life that I could be a voice for my friends and my family because people would listen to me far more than they would listen to them. And if you listen to anything I have ever said to you on this app, if you are a white woman and you are dating a black man, you are in love with a black man, you are married to a black man, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, even if it is protecting him from you. Handle that shit at home if you are not in danger.
This message goes straight to the white woman who's dating black guy. You know, sometimes as a couple you might have a misunderstanding, you can start to argue, but you have to come down to scream when you have a white guy, because you know that they will come, take him to prison, no questioning, because you know he's a black. So you have to think twice before you do something in public, because you know that you are dating a black. So it's really crazy how Trump was promising people to make America great, as he was going to make America great again for white, not black. Forget that black community are a part of USA also. I don't know. So guys, I hope you liked today's video. Thank you for watching. Drop your comment, subscribe. See you on another one. I love you guys.